Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here with a battle from Matthew. I mean, it's a 6v6 doubles. We don't see that too often. Let's see how this one ends up playing out. So, a couple legendaries on the opponent's side, and we are going to be left with a Jumpluff and a Burmy, and oh no, there's a Delcatty. Why? Well, we just have to see how this one plays out. Now, the Doug trio could lead to some interesting stuff. The Arena Trap might set up for the Jumpluff to do some shenanigans. Now, it won't really be affecting the Salamence too much, but the Intimidate, not the worst thing that could happen. However, Jumpluff might have damage on the Swampert if it is carrying a Seed Bomb or something, and it will be a Mega Salamence as well, so dealing that will probably be close to a priority. So Jumpluff with the Memento, already just sacrifice lead of shenanigans right there. Like, okay, Salamence, you don't do anything right now. I'm gonna use all of my speed, all of my power, just to make sure you have to switch, or what the f is this? What? I want to, what? I've never seen it. I guess it works. Like, you can't kill me if I'm already dead. And Swampert ends up surfing his own Salamence a little at the end. Okay, how do you do this? How do you come back from that? Gothitelle, Delcatty will be. It's like, okay, sure. I'm gonna get you. Gonna get you. So Salamence using the Dragon Rush on the Gothitelle, and Swampert with a little bit of surf damage right there. Not really too worried. And now critical hit on Delcatty, and Gothitelle has the skill swap. So Gothitelle is going to gain something, and Delcatty with the Simple Beam. Alright, so the Q-Charm now becomes simple. So that means we're just giving Gothitelle's ability to Delcatty, so you can safely simple the Gothitelle. Okay, and that's going to be a double edge on Gothitelle. Gothitelle is going to tank it up pretty well, and Salamence, a little bit of recoil. But the Earthquake not going to affect Salamence, and it's going to try to get some damage down onto Delcatty, and Gothitelle will tank it up. Okay, that simple beam play is interesting because you want to keep the Shadow Tag, but you want to have some other stuff going on with the simple, and then Delcatty gets that and goes for the Cosmic Power. Alright, defense is going to go up. Delcatty's special. Oh, wait. Like, I'm really confused, because wouldn't you want to be going faster with that simple beam and then do things like that? I don't know. So Swampert's going to have the Earthquake. Salamance's going for Fly right now. Earthquake is not going to be enough to finish off the Gothitelle. And yeah, I was like, okay, you're going to double reverse skill swap it? That's what this is kind of adding up to. So now Delcatty's going to go for that double team. Has the Cosmic Power. So reverse swap, the swap simple kept. You keep it alive on the on the Shadow Tag with several turns of setup, but it's tanky, so it ends up working out. Fly's going to take down the Gothitelle. But now we have double team, so free minimize when you're using that double team on the simple. And also Cosmic Power is going to heal pretty massively. So Delcatty is going to keep using double team and hoping for the best right here. This is a 6v6, so we can watch a couple more things happen. And Lapras is going to come in. Alright, Lapras is like, yo, Salamence, you're going to have a bad time. Salamence goes for the Dragon Rush anyways. Dragon Rush is going to be damage onto Lapras, but not a ridiculous amount. Lapras actually setting up the Hail. Like, Salamence probably feels so bad right now. It's like, why doesn't he even want to kill me? You know, it's like, he doesn't feel like a threat. And Delcatty going to take the Ice Beam, but very little damage. And Cosmic Power is going to be boosted for crazy defenses. Defense goes up sharply. Special defense goes up sharply. Salamence takes a little bit of Hail. I mean, like, Salamence is being hurt more by Swampert than anything else. And Swampert takes the Hail as well. I mean, everyone's going to take Hail except for the Lapras. That makes sense. And Salamence with the double edge. Going to hit the Lapras. Big hit right there. Recoil comes through. Lapras with the Waterfall. Waterfall actually going to be aimed at the Swampert. Swampert taking neutral. Goes for that Earthquake. We already know that it's not crazy damage. And now the evasion boosting showing up. Lapras going to survive it out. And Delcatty now max evasion. Okay. So +2 defense, +3 evasion on the Delcatty. The Delcatty is actually setting up. So how's it going to win this one? It already has a simple beam, so it only has one move left. But that is something interesting to consider. This Delcatty is going to be pretty difficult to deal with. Lapras switches out. Wormadam comes in. Does Wormadam have Psych Up or something? Are we just going to, like, I don't know how you make the most out of this except for with a Psych Up. So that's going to be very heavily resisted by the Wormadam. Delcatty has Baton Pass. Okay, so Delcatty was setting all that up just to get that Baton Pass going. It's like Drift Blimp. It's got the Cosmic Power. It's like got Stockpile Minimized. Goes into Lapras. What? That's bold because, like, alright, the opponent's going to miss his plays. And then it's Lapras' time to shine. Salamence has Flamethrower. Flamethrower hitting the Wormadam. Super effective. Lapras has Rest. So, now Lapras is the win condition. And we're going to see what ends up coming out of this Wormadam. So Swampert has the Surf. You already know the damage isn't too ridiculous. Lapras takes nothing. Wormadam takes nothing. Salamence takes nothing. Wormadam, there is the Psych Up. So there are the Psych Up stats. And converting it, like, okay, you can play a tanky Pokemon. You can get stat boost and become unkillable. But where does it become the win condition? Now I'm, like, really curious. Lapras is going to avoid that Double Edge. It's asleep. Doesn't really care, though. Play was just to get into that, Rest, and Wormadam's going to avoid hits as well. Ooh, a little bit of damage on that Lapras from the Earthquake, and Wormadam has Rest. I'm just going to get unkillably tanky, and then go to sleep. And now it's going to be, like, okay, I was expecting there has to be a Chesto Resto on this team somewhere. There is so much focus on the strategy and so much focus on the rest. Wormadam's going to avoid that Double Edge, and Lapras still asleep for now. Going to be able to use something next turn, and Swampert just throwing out moves and hoping it works. Earthquake does the most damage to Lapras right now, and Wormadam has the Toxic. So Toxic will start whittling away at this Swampert. But yeah, I was like, okay, you can Toxic Stall when you get this much setup in your favor. You can do a couple things. Yeah, you gotta turn it into a condition. So Lapras, there we go. There's the Dragon Dance. Now it makes sense on why Lapras has Waterfall, because it wants to go big now. All right, so let's count how many stats are in this Lapras. +6 on that evasion, +3 on the defenses. Now gaining attack and speed. Apparently, Lapras was the super amazing setup threat all along. Who would have known? Salamence is going to go down. Maybe not next turn, actually. I was gonna say it's on the fringe of going down, but little over 3/16 of the health. And Lapras is like, hey, can't kill me now. I'm good to go. Let's go like +6 on this Dragon Dance and then just wipe your team off this game. Salamence Flamethrower, there's an avoid. Swampert Ice Beam, there's an avoid. Wormadam is going to Psych Up. So Wormadam can Psych Up the Dragon Dances as well if it wants to. It's like the Dunsparce strategy. You know, you grab the defenses, then you grab any of the offenses, and then the Psych Up becomes serious. And Swampert does go down to Toxic. Like, what do I even title this video? How do I portray all of the emotions one will feel like just watching this? That was the opponent's lead that finally went down. So Lapras going to set up the Hail. I guess Ice Body? I guess. And then the Bug Bite on the Gengar. Not going to do anything. Gengar's Hypnosis. Fortunately, Wormadam, like, throwing out a Hypnosis against a max evasion Pokemon, not going to end well. Salamence gets the damage, but goes down to that recoil. Would have gone down to poison anyway, so taking the high damage is the way to run it. And Gengar takes a little bit of damage from that Hail. Wait, no, we've already seen a couple of turns with Lapras on the field, so no Ice Body. Okay, so Lapras is just setting up Hail for the hell of it, apparently. Like, maybe just slight damages, breaking stash. That's going to be a Waterfall. The +2 Waterfall will be enough to take out Gengar, not really known for its defenses. And Toxic on the Infernape. But wait, really? How do I describe this battle? Help! Infernape has close combat. Lapras is going to avoid that super effective hit. And Infernape going to take a little bit of poison damage right there. And Hail. And just get kind of chipped away. So I guess that means Wormadam's just going to set up like, alright, we Toxic on the Mewtwo. We Waterfall the Infernape. And stuff happens. So Lapras with the Waterfall. Boom. Infernape not really going to stand much of a chance. Very frail Pokemon. I was about to say pretty frail now. Infernape's a very frail Pokemon. Can't really deal with that. Wormadam's Bug Bite actually going to be big against this Mewtwo. Oh my goodness. Remember, +2. So Wormadam almost one-shotting a Mewtwo as well, just to add to everything that's already happened in this battle. Hail, not going to be enough in the end, and Kyurem is going to be on the field. Alright, you Bug Bite, you finish off the Mewtwo. We already saw the Mega Salamence, so no Mega Mewtwo. Waterfall on the Kyurem isn't going to be like the biggest damage. Nah, not very effective, but we still get something there. And the Bug Bite on the Mewtwo, going to make sure Mewtwo doesn't get to do too much. I believe that was an outspeed because you're doubling the speed off the Dragon Dance. So Wormadam with Dragon Dance is actually pretty powerful. We do get a flinch off that Waterfall, and apparently it is the last opponent's Pokemon. So we just need to get it down. Not very effective. Is Wormadam just going to go for the Toxic? Yeah, I was about to say, can it Bug Bite and finish right now? Probably not. So Freeze Shock, cloaked in the Freezing Light, going to go for the craziness. Hail stops. A little bit of poison damage right there. Can it even survive it though? Like Lapras is going to get that Waterfall. Waterfall's about a quarter of its health. Actually, a lot more than a quarter. That looks like a high damage roll then. Like that seemed like a little bit more damage. But Wormadam for the finish onto the Kyurem will happen. That is so bold and crazy and bold. So you trap your opponents. You double momentum, or double memento. You trap them again. You stat up, you psych up, you baton pass, you psych up, you stat up, and then you win with Lapras. I'm done. Ow, my head hurt just saying that. Okay, hope you guys did enjoy this video. Sure guys, sure.